Hello, my name is Ioannis Dizoglou, and in this tutorial I'm going to take a step further on the previous tutorial. In the previous tutorial I'll show you how to create the for loop in C#. We're going to apply the same technique, but this time in Visual Basics. We're going to go to File, New, Project. I'm going to select, in this case, I'm going to select Visual Basics and Windows Form App. And I'm going to call this My For Loop. Okay. Now in the previous tutorial I'll show you how to apply the for loop within a number of different buttons. In this case I'm just going to make it slightly different. I'm just going to put the for loop into a timer. So I'm going to scroll down until I find a timer. I'm going to click and drag a timer into my form, and I'm going to make sure the timer begins when the form loads, and the interval set to 1000 milliseconds, which is 1 second. So what I'm going to also do is apply a label which will allow me to track the number of exists within the timer. So this label, the default value will be 0. Oops. And let's stop this. Okay. And what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to double click on my timer, and I'm going to add, let's skip a couple of lines. So I'm going to create a variable. I'm going to say my, let's say, create the variable outside. So dim, so using Visual Basics, so we'll say dim my time as integer, and I will say my time equals, my time plus equals 1. So every time it ticks, my time will have another value, and then I will say label 1 dot text equals my time. Now, so if I start, my label 1 counts, my time start counting, so my label 1 shows here. That's good. Right. So what I'm also going to do is I'm just going to put an if statement. Let's keep the code a little bit more tidy. I'm going to create an if statement here. I will say if label 1 dot text equals 10, then I want my label 1 dot text to be equals to 0. So every 10 seconds I want my timer to reset back to 0. Now I'm going to create the loop, the for loop. So I'm going to say for x is my variable equals 1 to 4, and within my loop, my for loop, we'll say here next x. I would like to play a sound 4 times. I'm just going to say console dot beep. Oops. And the first value is going to be the frequency. Let's make it 400. And the next value will be the duration. Let's put 500. Now, I only want this for loop to take place if the label 1, let's copy this line here and paste it, if my label 1 dot text is equals to 5. If it's equals to 5, then I would like this loop to be actioned. And I'm just going to say and if. And then because the timer will be reset, it's going to reset once it reaches to 10. then it's going to reach again to 5, and then the sound will play again. So let's start. So nothing happens so far. 2, 3, now on the 5 it's going to play the sound. Okay. On the 10th we'll reset. Okay, so let's go back here. Label 1.reset. Instead of actually say label 1, let's reset the actual variable. That's my bad. My variable equals 0. And then goes back to 0. 1, 2, yeah. Then it reads the 5 but displays the 4 here because of the freeze here due to the loop. As you can see, the 5 doesn't show. Now you could apply this loop on fire alarms or activating, say for instance, a sensor in a car. So after 5 seconds, or every 5 seconds, or every 2 seconds, or every 1 second, you can actually loop the beep. If the distance between the car and a post, a lamp post, or something like this, you know, is close by. So if I stop this, I could say if is 2, I can set this to 5, so I can actually make it more frequent. And you can even make it quicker, so I can actually reduce the amount here. I can say 3. Back to 1. Obviously the 2 doesn't show due to the freeze, due to the loop, because it stops. Okay, so this is how you apply a loop by using Visual Basics, by using a timer. Hope you've learned something new today, and I hope you will be able to actually apply this new skill into one of your projects to make your project a lot more advanced. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next tutorial.